Are we live? The things say that we live. Come on in. Happy Tuesday night. You know, I'm over here in Baltimore. It's Eastern Standard Time. We've got some things to discuss this Tuesday evening. Hit thumbs up. Let's get into this intro. Okay. You know, I always encourage you, I implore you to check in on your own mental health before you get to dibbling and dabbling into what is going on social media. So make sure you check in on yourself. The following video is broadcasting live, and thank you for being my studio audience. Thank you for hitting thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for more black news, celebrity entertainment, and a splash of controversy.
On your wrist, plain Jane.
You're tuned in to Jane, the plainest Jane. Be sure to thumbs up the video and subscribe, and let's get into it. So there are some things going on in the world today. I want to talk about this lawsuit because honestly, I think it's black for me, being a black creative. It is so easy for us to get ripped off. There is this vicious pattern throughout. It doesn't matter what realm you're in. If you paint, if you make music, if you're a content creator, if you are a part of the culture and you got some sauce and you know how to curate things for yourself, these things are being stolen from us left and right. And I have some questions. I want to know if you see some similarities between what the girl group that Tiny Harris, T.I.'s wife, Tamika Harris, she created. If you see some patterns in their presentation, these dolls, there's this lawsuit that is coming forth. And I actually dug into the owner of this doll company that Tiny Harris will be suing. And they do have a vicious pattern of ripping off black creatives without telling them or informing them or asking their permission to use their image and likeness. And it's also given anti-black and racism. So I want to get into that. But first and foremost, I wanted to talk about something that, let me keep it above. And shout out to everybody in the live chat. I know that there are some channel members and some of my faithful subscribers here. So like I said, make sure you hit thumbs up. Shout out to all y'all in the chat. And y'all know, before I get into breaking down today's topic and viral events, make sure you subscribe and thumbs up or down. Either way, I appreciate it. But don't forget to think critically and independently, regardless of what you hear from me or anybody else. Thumbs up is free. Okay, just pay your fare, get on the bus. Some people send a super chat, some people send a cash app. All this stuff is appreciated, but the free stuff works too. Okay, it helps me out in the algorithm, since you know I am rebuilding this channel. But let's get into this. Okay, y'all see what we got on the screen. Y'all see what we working with right here, right? So if you are not aware, right, Viola Davis has been getting dragged, okay, by her edges. And let me just start off by saying Viola Davis is a very talented performer, very talented actor, actress, right? I love her work. I mean, she did phenomenal in How to Get Away with Murder, but she does phenomenal in just about everything that she touches, right? And so I saw she was getting dragged for this Michelle Obama situation. And I said, okay, you know, the memes and everything, y'all know how Black Twitter is. Black Twitter is a fool. Okay. Yeah, I'm a part of it, but I hadn't seen this to even hop into the conversation. Okay. And I see a couple of people coming in late. Thank you so much for coming. And I'm glad you didn't miss it. And thank you for paying your fare and hitting thumbs up. So I saw Viola Davis getting dragged from left to right and right to left on Twitter. I said, let me go take a look. She recently took on a role where she portrayed Michelle Obama, right? And what was advertised, in my opinion, it was advertised like it was a movie, right? So that's what I'm thinking it was going to be. Come to find out, it's a series. So I went to go watch it before I wanted to. I wanted to find a way. I ain't even gonna lie. I fucks with Viola Davis. She does a lot of the work when it comes to speaking up about the rights of Black creatives in general, you know, closing the pay gap between male and women, you know, men and women in, you know, the workplace and so on and so forth. She's been very instrumental in the movement of speaking up for women's equality and women's rights and just making sure we treat it right, whether we in the industry or not. And I appreciate her for what she does on and off screen. So, you know, me being fond of her, I wanted to find a way to defend her. I said, let me go watch this. Let me go watch this. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to cuss some people out on Twitter because why they got my girl fighting for her life like this? Why are they dragging Why are they dragging my girl Viola like this? This is not okay. You guys, I want to show you two clips, right? One of the clips I took myself, another one is just floating around social media, right? Let's take a look at these clips. You tell me, and we're going to come right back.
Okay. I got you. You know why? You're a coon. You're a nigga. Running for president of the United States.
So yeah, it's the lip thing. It's the lip thing that she did a lot of throughout the film. The eyebrows also didn't help. She scrunched her lips up the entire time. The entire time. And so, like I said, I'm thinking like, okay, maybe these people just took a lot of some bad clips. Maybe they took a lot of bad clips and just found some of the worst stills that they could find, and they really trying to make her look this way. But when I tell you it was cringy like this the entire time, not to mention we got to deal with a whole season of this mess. The episode moves so daggone fast. They went through 3 seasons, like literally like Summer, Winter, Fall, blah, blah, blah. In 3 minutes when it first came on, it was a cringe fest. And a lot of people feel like, and I gotta agree, it really comes off like an SNL skit, like a Mad TV skit. It looks like she's making fun of them. No, she's not, because I remember some interviews in anticipation leading up to this and her speaking about how serious she took the role, because she was even nervous to an extent because she wanted to like really rep Michelle Obama the right way. She didn't want to disappoint her or let her down or anything like that. But when I tell you her lips was scrunched up the entire time, to the point where it was distracting. And even outside of that, it was given Lifetime. Y'all know how Lifetime just rushes the storyline, and you look up and it's just like, what the hell just happened? It was not given. It was not holding interest. Only about 30% of the series really is about, Michelle and Obama, blah, blah, blah. Other than that, it's really from the scope of just women in the White House. It's speaking from that perspective. So it's not even half black and white, because there's not a whole bunch of pepper in the White House. It's called the White House because it's full of salt, right? Catch my drift. So I mean, we just staring at clear people and their issues and listening to them rant, and it sounds like they on, sometimes, you got that elder population, they be hooked on the pills, whether it be opioids, whatever, just loopy. Like, it was not given. Like, it, all in all, it wasn't given. The eyebrows, you see what's on the screen, like it just was not given. And especially look at this scene right here. This scene right here. It was not given what needed to that one. You're a nigga. You're a it's just, production. You could tell the fact that she overcompensated. Like, she did so much to make sure that she nailed Michelle. Now, don't get me wrong. Michelle does that with her lip, from time to time. You'll see a couple of those pictures in here, right? But it's not, and that's why I'm like, Michelle had to have been looking at this. Like, I know, this lady ain't playing me. I know. It was not. It definitely did. Yeah, Tabby said it gave spoof vibes. It was not. Let's take a look at this clip again. Let's just take a look.
Okay. I got you. You know why? You're a coon. You're a nigga. Running for president of the United States.
It was given very much overkill. It didn't have to be like that. Not one bit. Not one bit did it have to be that way. And it was just, this is the reason why Twitter is pulling the girl up and having these conversations, because it was just a bit much. it was a lot much. And I'm not gonna lie, the memes, the gifts, the joke. Look, if you follow me on Twitter, you already know. I want to show y'all this clip that had me rolling. Do you hear me? It had me rolling something serious. It said Michelle watching this because she was making that face the whole time.
Oh, don't make that face. Ooh. Oh, don't make that face. Ooh. Oh, don't make that face. Ooh. Oh, don't make that face. Ooh.
They said this is what Michelle was saying while she's watching. Like, she was making that face. It was just a lot. It was a lot. Should we go to the bush? This is why representation matters. This is why, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that every person that you work for or you work with has to be Black. I'm not saying that. But a lot of times, this is what happens. The ball is dropped creatively because people that aren't of color are either going to let things slide like this intentionally to be funny and make it seem like they didn't do it intentionally to make you look like crap, to make you look like crap, to make Michelle Obama look like crap. But also, they don't know the logistics of what looks good on us. Every lighting, every angle, every cinematic type of nuance doesn't fit Black people. And so that's why if you look at Issa Rae and the way that she executive produces her stuff, if you looked at the lighting there, if you look at the lighting and the way that Bel Air was produced, that recent dramedy spinoff of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, you can see in that, hell, even in Queen and Slim, although it wasn't written the best, you can see in that cinematography with the lighting, they know exactly what works best, what type of lighting and all that stuff bounces and looks the best on melanated skin. And you can tell there were no people of color involved to let her know that this makeup, them eyebrows was not it. And I mean, it just wasn't. And the thing about it is, I watched Viola Davis study this role, and with confidence, her out here doing interviews saying, we got her nuances down. We know how she walks. We know how she talks. We know the different movements of her eyebrows. And she's speaking this way so confidently, but the people on set, they had no clue. Either they didn't have no clue, they looked a mess, or they set her up. Either way, the output is the output, regardless of what the intention was, regardless of what the blind spots may or may not have been. The output is, it's given. Girl, this is like a Dave Chappelle skit. Like, when is Dave Chappelle or Key and Peele gonna hop out? Because I know they coming, because this looks a hot ass mess. I love me some Viola Davis, but it just wasn't given. I can't believe that maybe she didn't even get to see like a rough draft of it to say, you know what, I'm doing too much. Like, she had to understand that doing her lip like that all the time, it was just overkill. So the fact that she didn't look at it and feel like it was too much, the fact that Michelle Obama had nothing to do with the way that she was portrayed, you know, being the first Black woman, I don't know if she was interested, if it was offered, however, it didn't connect and latch on in the middle. It just, I got my life laughing at these jokes, and it's not easy for me to laugh at Viola Davis because I think that she has done so much. So much. Look at these eyebrows. Michelle Obama eyebrows don't look like that. They ain't had to do that. It's too much. You know, she's got, and the thing about it is, over the years, when she first got, you know, to the White House, she was a bit more nervous and her face was a bit more tense, right? You could see she was using more of her muscles than not. But as time progressed, that wasn't her look the entire time. And Viola just did a little bit too much here. I don't know if maybe she needs to like study up under like Will Smith on how to impersonate people. I haven't seen her really. She has really great acting, but as far as her really impersonating and getting people's mannerisms and things down pat, maybe she need to help get Will Smith, because Will Smith is good at that. Remember when he played Ali? He did damn good. Jamie Foxx playing Ray Charles did damn good. Wasn't too much, you know, all the leaning to the side and all this. You know, there are just so many little teeny nuances you can pick up to really portray somebody the right way. And this wasn't it. It was not it. What do y'all think? Keep it sticky and real. Whether you're on the bus, whether you're catching this live stream, or if you're chasing behind the bus, which means that you are catching the replay, let me know how you are feeling about it down below. I keep it. Do you agree? Do you not agree? You feel like I'm being too hard on my girl? This is my girl. She's in my personal top 3 or 5. I would say she's in my top 3 actresses in Hollywood. All of my top 3, 5, 10, all of them are black. And so the fact that Viola is in my top 3, but this is just some criticism, like, girl, this just, it wasn't given. It wasn't given. Hey, thanks for letting me keep you connected and in the know with what's happening in the black world. Don't forget to smash on that like button for support and for more black news. Well, who do you think would have been good to play it? I see some people saying Vivica Fox. I saw some people saying Regina King earlier today, saying that Regina King has similar bone structure. I heard people saying Kerry Washington had similar bone structure. I do agree that Kerry Washington and Regina King do have similar bone structure. I don't think that Vivica Fox would have killed it. That's not my opinion. But we never know. At this point, I think that anybody will be a little better than Viola, because it just... Y'all think Kerry could have done it? Now, mind you, this is just a sketch, but y'all think Kerry could have done it? I think Kerry could have done it, especially the way that she you know, she's very good with political acting. You know, what's it called? Scandal. Yeah. She did really good with the dramatics and her, you know, facial expressions, and they can be strong. And Kerry Washington is that person, when she cries, she looks ugly, but there's some people, they ugly cry and they still look cute. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like, it's like, oh my God, you look so ugly when you cry. But there's something cute about them being ugly in that moment, because they typically not ugly. It's like, oh my God, you're being vulnerable. That's cute. You know, it's not like as hideous as like it is like fundamentally if I didn't know you and the rest of your character didn't make up for it. Y'all know what I'm saying? See, because I got one of them faces. That's how I know when I'm crying and look in the mirror. I'll be like, damn, this is ugly. But then I'll be like, but this is cute though. But I know that my cry face is cute because I've been told over the years, even though like it's ugly to me, but whatever, we can move on. We can move on to the next thing. All I'm saying is it was too much. This was too much. And if Viola Davis had great agents, you know, to proofread her work, if her team was going to be like, listen, Beyonce's team would not let her put out trash like that. Is Beyonce the best actress? No. But Beyonce don't just record stuff by herself and put it out without her team making sure that this is up to the standard, whether it be singing, whatever, that this is up to the standard required to maintain her image, her integrity, and they can project like anticipate how social media is going to feel about it, if it's a mess or not. And I don't even think that you would need social media's input to understand that this is just a bit too much, Viola. It's just a bit too goddamn much. Just a bit too much. They said Kerry is a good one. Regina King is everywhere. No, not Vivica. Oh, Tika. You think about Tika Sumpter? I didn't think of that one. But yeah, well, look. One more look at the clip, child, because it takes me out.
Okay. I got you. You know why? You're a raccoon. You're a nigga. Running for president of the United States?
I'm telling y'all, it was not given. It was given Party City wigs. It was given, y'all just went to a party. I'm talking about they had gray wigs, young wigs, these wigs, that wigs. It was given what in the high school play is going on this screen right here. I'm glad I didn't pay for it. I'm glad I got access to that website to get this shit for free. Because no, not at all. We need to go to the bush and then we can move on to the lawsuit information. It's too much.
It was gone.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really. I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
They said it looked like a comedy. Yeah, it does. It looks like it looks like a comedy. I love sketch comedy. I've seen every episode of Key and Peele. I could watch them over and over again. It's definitely giving SNL, Mad TV, vibes. It's not okay. Don't do the first lady like that. If the first lady ever sees Viola Davis, it's on site. You know it's on site. You won't catch them hands. Cause no ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am, Pam. But that's that. Y'all keep it sticky and real down below in the comments. And thank you for hitting thumbs up. And for bonus points, if you just so happen to have shared this video on Twitter, I appreciate you. We'll connect later on and I'll go ahead and I'll follow you. By the way, Jocelyn blocked me on Twitter as well, but yeah, Jocelyn Hernandez blocked me on Twitter because of I think, what was it, 2 videos ago? I just gave some criticism about how she fumbled the bag and she's ruining some opportunities. And, there's still some potential for her to salvage what is left of what she has been able to amass. She has really strong-armed her way into the entertainment industry. And do you know she blocked me, child? We'll talk about it later. We'll get into it. Found out on Twitter. I'm like, what's going on? But yeah, make sure you share this video via text message, via Twitter, via Facebook, or however it is you share videos. I really appreciate that. Okay. Now, let's move on to the lawsuit, right? We're talking about this lawsuit that T.I.'s wife, Tamika Harris, aka Tiny Harris, is looking to file against the OMG dolls. So let's go over some information. Now, first and foremost, I want you to tell me if these things look similar. If you feel like it's a reach, just very simply, do you feel like it's a reach? Because like I said, I've done some research and I was able to find that the owner of the OMG dolls, they have a vicious pattern of ripping off Black creatives and using their image and their likeness without compensating them. And then, God forbid, or dare they speak up, they are then attacked viciously by this person. So let me know if you see these similarities. These are the OMG Girlz, right? And so Tiny posted this, and also the OMG Girlz, who, like the lead singer in the OMG Girlz is Tiny's daughter, Zunique, or however you pronounce her name. Very pretty young lady. And you can see these dolls, and honestly, these dolls do look exactly like the OMG Girlz. Now, OMG dolls came out in 2019. The OMG Girlz came out in 2009. That's how it went. The OMG Girlz came out in 2009, late 2009. This is the daughter of Tiny Harris, who is in this girl group trio situation. The OMG dolls come out in 2019. And the reason why I was getting those two confused is because you got all these damn acronyms and it just gets to be a lot. You got the OMG Girlz, you got the OMG dolls, and then you got the LOL dolls. It's like, what the hell? Like, what is up with all these acronym dolls? So the LOL dolls came out first in 2016. A spin-off, and you might think of the LOL dolls as something that has something to do with the Bratz dolls. If you're like a 90s kid, a millennial, or whatever, you might remember the Bratz dolls. And then the Bratz dolls collaborated with the LOL dolls. So we had those dolls going on. And then in 2019, a spin-off of the LOL dolls were the OMG dolls in 2019. It just so happens that the OMG dolls look exactly like, in my opinion, and based on what I'm showing you here, looks exactly like the OMG Girlz who came out in 2009. So because the OMG dolls came out in 2019 and the OMG Girlz had been out since 2009, these OMG dolls came out a whole 10 years after the OMG Girlz came out. So it's very easy to say here, this is the one that really threw me for a loop, right? Between all the dolls that look alike. You even got one of these OMG dolls, and you can even see at the bottom, it says LOL OMG. So OMG dolls is a part of the brand of the LOL dolls. Like, I just can't. The OMG is under the LOL umbrella. I just can't. It's just too much going on. You need to stop it. Check. But you can even see here that they named one of these OMG dolls Major Lady. right? You know that Tiny's name on Instagram is Major Girl. That's been her nickname for a while now, Major Girl. So it's just, I mean, anybody can be of fair skin and have orange hair. But there are several pictures of Tiny like this. And I mean, Major Lady, Major Girl. This is the same exact hairstyle, high ponytail, curls down the front, white and flowy. This is off of the mom. So they took it from the girl's likeness, just a group of 3 girls. One of them's got pink hair, one of them's got purple hair, one of them's got blue hair. We even get to the point where it's the same outfits that you can see that they've copied from these young girls in their specific hair color. Look, how many people have, I mean, outside of Billie Eilish, but this was like, before that time, purple hair, you've got the highlighter yellow, green, neon greenish yellow with the black. And then you got the literal half black, half pink on the doll and the girl in the group. I mean, come on, cut the check. Y'all, you literally took this. You took their image and you took their likeness, and that's just what it is. And it's been all these years, and I know that there are several people, but look, baby, this is chess, not checkers. This is a company that has a net worth of $9.15 billion. The founder of the company is Isaac Larian, is his name. And we're going to go back because he has a pattern of doing this. And so this is him, right? You can see him with his dolls. He's like laid on the ground, just looks like this innocent guy. He's got 1,100 employees. A lot of people saying, oh no, Tiny is late. These dolls, anybody can have this color hair. She's late. She should have been sued them if the group came out in 2009 and the dolls came out in 2019 and so on and so forth. But this is the thing about it. Had she went after them the year or even the year after this happened, she wouldn't have got as much. This is a company that has a net worth of $9.15 billion. No, she let that bag build up and she let them think that they were getting away with something while the sales and the net worth racked up so she could come back later and collect. Hashtag patiently waiting. I would have more than likely done the same thing. I would have been infuriated at the same time. But there's enough going on in Tiny and T.I. and their whole family hustle situation. There's enough going on to keep them busy. But this company wasn't worth this back in 2019 and in 2020 when this was going on. So I think that she is going to get a bag from this. And again, how many times do Black creatives get ripped off? I mean, Major Lady and Major Girl, this is just crazy. It's just crazy. Ripping off Black artists, ripping off Black creatives, and then here's the thing. This is not the first time he's done this. Take a look at this young lady on the screen. This is another creative. And this is a doll that was ripped off that they did. Okay. And now when she brought this out, I mean, we talking about down to the hair color, where the streaks are located in her hair. She started speaking out and he began viciously attacking her. This happened in around about 2019, around 2020, when this came out. So this isn't the first time that this LOL OMG doll company, the CEO of this company, Isaac Larian, this is not the first time that he has found somebody that is woven into the culture and decided to just make a whole doll about them. And then he's got a nerve to tweet out some ridiculous things after he's called out about it. That's the thing about it. So let's get into some of his tweets and what he had to say after he was called out, because he went on a whole Twitter rant, right? So she comes out in a very respectful post. It was a very respectful post, just calling out how they had stole her image and stole her likeness. And he goes on to say, you are a disgrace to Black people and the hashtag Black Lives Matter cause. You're a liar and a coward. Right? And this is just really, it's beyond interesting because we get to this point where This is also a guy who has used the face of the Black Lives Matter movement to get his rocks off and attack other Black people. Make it make sense, because he did used to use in some of his marketing. We can see in this one right here. This is his Twitter. He, Brats in the UK's account posted, a heartfelt message about George Floyd around that time in 2020. And so him, from his personal account, he retweets it and says, #brats, #I can't breathe. So literally taking the Black Lives Matter movement, using it as part of a marketing tactic, right? To make it seem like he's in, to make it seem like he's diversified in the way that he thinks, or he's all inclusive and all this other stuff. And he uses that moment in 2020 to turn around and come at a Black woman by saying, you are a disgrace to the Black Lives Matter movement. He ain't even Black. So how you gonna tell me when I'm a disgrace to a movement that you just came over here and you steal from Black people and profit off of it, to the point where your company is worth $9.15 billion. And then you, after you're under this cape of, I care about Black people, you going to ostracize her and attack her. And this is the thing, this went on for some time, and her pages were about to be deleted. He started reporting her page with copyright claims because she was posting images of the doll next to her. Well, he flags her page for copyright. She's using my copyrighted images. Luckily, she actually had one of the dolls that she had purchased herself for the sake of making sure she had all of her receipts. So she then begins taking pictures of her own doll that's in her own home and watermarks it, because her posts were removed. Her initial posts were removed when she began to speak out against this guy. It's just really, really crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this this caption, right? So it says, "Hi friends, I made a post calling out LOL surprises apparent misappropriation of my likeness on June 7, 2020. And today I'm here to report that this post was removed by @Instagram. #LOL surprise went around social media filing BS copyright claims regarding the photos I used for the doll to try to silence me, when what I did obviously falls under fair use. But that's okay. I have my own doll. I took a picture myself. I'm sharing this again because I refuse to be silenced by them or anyone else. Since our original post, NGA Entertainment, their parent company, made a very aggressive attempt to contact us, and then within the hour before we had the chance to respond, began spreading lies about me and my motivation in bringing this issue to light. Given that they've shown us no reason to trust them, I decided that it would be a bad idea to engage them without a lawyer. We're currently in the process of hiring one now. If you'd like to know how to help us support, hit the link in my bio. Please share this story." So this is what was going on. And again, this is what even takes it a step further for me. It really takes the cake, because, and I know I've got the receipts lined up of this young woman all the way back in 2018 with this look. Yeah, the caucasity of it all. They steal our sauce, they steal our flavor, and they capitalize off of it. Like, just capitalizing off of it. And so let's get into this post right here, because basically he made a timeline trying to excuse and make it seem like she was lying, because he found one picture of her dressed when she posted this picture right here, which was in 2020. But she had been wearing this signature look. She had been wearing her hair this way since 2018. It had been quite some time. And so, like I said, this is something she posted on Instagram and she posted on Twitter, saying, "I'm sharing this again because I refuse to be silenced," is what she said. So let's get into what this has to say, which is what the company said in retaliation. They post this picture and so on and so forth. They say, in summer 2018, Rainbow Raver developed in September of 2018. Okay, so they're going down this timeline. Boom. Then they get to the point where they're saying, in May of 2019, the LOL surprise video goes live online. And June of 2019, the Rainbow Raver launched in retail. And in June of 2020, Miss Musialo shares her IG post. So this is them giving this timeline of just trying to prove that they were conceptualizing this doll before she came out and said anything, right? So it's basically his word against hers, but we literally have posts from her in 2018 wearing this same exact look, wearing this same exact hair. So he went on a Twitter rant for a while. Not only did he say that she's a disgrace to Black Lives Matter, she's a liar, she's a coward. He went on to say you're a liar and an extortionist and a hashtag fraud. Who's your so-called lawyer? Put his name and contact information here publicly now so we can contact him or her. Now we'll no longer be nice and we will sue you for defamation, extortion, fraud, etc. You just watch. Then he goes on and takes it a step further and says even more. So he goes on to say, you know, in response to her, because she says, so if my Twitter or Instagram accounts disappear, you know why, because obviously, like, he's just going around doing all of this false reporting, and she's just trying to make a paper trail about it. And so this is just a mess. Not to mention, this one goes on, and she actually had her style ripped off by Anne Frank as well, and that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But I mean, this happens so many times where the likeness, our likeness, our sauce, our juice, our flavor is taken by the colonizers, and they capitalize off of our stuff and feel like they don't owe us anything. I mean, if it wasn't the OMG girls, if it wasn't the outfits, if it wasn't the hair colors, if it wasn't the major lady compared to the major girl and everything else, you tell me what it is. Tell me what it is, because it's the math is not mathing. It's not making any sense whatsoever. None. And so I want to show you this picture of her actually wearing this outfit in 2018, because he basically comes on and he attacks her in this online rant by saying that she's lying. She can't prove that she had this look before. She made this post in 2020. We were thinking about making this doll in 2019. Okay, well, and she was wearing this look in 2018. How about that? How about this is a picture from 2018? This woman has had this look for years. Some people just have a look. And there are even more. There are like 8 different receipts that I have that I found today of her wearing this look before that. So it just goes to show you that people in their privilege, they will step up. They're really loud, you know, to ostracize you and to make you look like crap and to shame you. And it's nothing that they're privileged that is going to put their believability above yours. They already know in the eye of the public, regardless of what the truth is, their voice is just going to trump yours for whatever reason. It sucks. It really, 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 really sucks. Blacks are among the largest consumers in the United States. African Americans ranked second among every consumer group in the nation, spending trillions of dollars each year. So they need the culture. They need black flavor, black spice as a part of their marketing period. But instead of them just paying them or reaching out and being like, look, hey, let's make a deal. I want to make a doll after you. You know, you've got a really nice style. Let's work something out. It's like, no, let's just steal it and hope we can beat this in court. I hope that this young lady was able to find a way to get her funds, get an attorney and go ahead and sue, because this is just out of pocket. You know, I remember when do you all remember when Kylie Jenner had ripped off a young woman? She had ripped off a young woman cameo style stuff. She had actually, Kylie Jenner, and we know Kylie Jenner, the Kardashians, that's just what they do. They reach out, they look at what the black folk, what we're wearing, and they order stuff from the company, and you turn around and they're selling a knockoff version of like what you have made. And that's exactly what Kylie did. So this is a really unfortunate situation. I hope that the OMG girls, I hope they get their coin. I hope they get their money, because they more than deserve it. They very much more than deserve to get their coins for this. Okay, so here's the one. I want to show y'all the one from 2018, just so y'all know, like, it is not a game. This young lady really did a good job of lining all her stuff up. And I had even done some extra research just to make sure I could find some receipts and I wasn't just using one person's paragraph against another person's paragraph, but to actually make sure that they were tangible receipts. Here's this young lady literally wearing the same look, same style, same all of that in 2018. Look at where the streak is. She's always got one yellow streak, you know, a little bit of purple, a little bit of pink, but most of it is cotton candy blue. This is from 2018, November 26th. So this guy's saying, "Oh, well, we started doing this and this year." Okay, well, she was doing it back then too. So you coming out and bashing her and to be a CEO like that and to have such a powerful platform, and what that is that's a bigoted whistle. That's a bigoted dog whistle, right? So if you got somebody with that much power and that much influence shooting out a dog whistle like that across to everyone else, you got to imagine what other type of hate or evil energy came her way at this time when this CEO was attacking her online. And there's no telling who else he did this to. Something told me, I said, let me do some more digging on this before I bring them the story. And I'm glad I found this. And if I find anything else with regards to him, he's definitely worth his own separate video of dragging the shit out of him with receipts, not even being disparaging, but it's just like, this just looks like this nice, frail guy. You know, he kind of remind me of, did y'all see, what was that movie? What was that movie when the folks was dying? And they was all getting shot and you had a partner or something. Squid Games. Y'all remember the old man from Squid Games? He made me feel bad because I was like, dang, is he dying? Like, what's going on? He was just so frail, but he, oh, you just up here smiling in your little pink coat with these dolls. No. Pay these people their money or keep it pushing. Now, I one thing that I don't think that this man is going to do, now mind you, his Twitter is gone. I was looking for his Twitter all day today. After this incident, when he attacked her, I don't know if he like got some heat back or the company decided to like take his right to tweet away because it's a PR nightmare. And he like types up pseudo apologies on his notepad and releases it. Don't send it through his company. So he doesn't have a Twitter anymore, but I doubt if he has any sense, I don't think that he's going to be coming out trying to verbally attack Tiny or Zonique, because that just wouldn't be the move. That'd be one of them times where I'm like, all right, T.I., get him. Because, I mean, if you think the way that he attacked this black girl here, this black woman, if he tried to do something like that to Tamika Harris, T.I. would throw a fit. I mean, he would be in that thesaurus all night long. You hear me? All night long. Oh, hey, child of God. What's going on? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. I haven't seen you in a while. So, yeah, I hope that this young lady is able to at least be compensated. Maybe I'll reach out and see if we can get an interview. We'll see. We'll see what her follow account is like, if she would talk to a girl like me, But, yeah, the company only decided to address this when social media, went ablaze. And like I said, look, the similarities are undeniable. Right? Ripping off and stealing someone else's likeness down to the T, down to, where their hair is streaked at is really, it's really completely and absolutely bizarre. The doll's ponytails, the placement of the streaks. Like I said, she wore the hairstyle in 2018 to 2019. The company she tried to reach out to the company before she went to Instagram, but they basically just brushed her off and didn't say anything. So that's when she went to social media and decided to share with everyone how they were ripping her off. So, like I said, she said, and I quote, "They created a doll based on my entire image and identity without my consent or any compensation." So, one day the CEO of the company, again, the company is worth $9.15 billion. One day, the owner is having his companies put out hashtag Black Lives Matter statements. And the next he's telling a black woman whose work that his company stole, that she's a disgrace to black people and Black Lives Matter. Like, it's just a mess. So there was a whole boycott going on at that time. I don't know if it's, if people are still buying them, if those dolls are still popular in any capacity. Is it worth boycotting? Because are they selling? It's not Christmas time, but this could potentially be that time where it's like, let's bust out the boycott since this is how he treats us. But we'll see if and how he responds to Tiny and them. And I think she really might get a bag. So y'all keep it sticky and real and let me know how y'all are feeling about this situation. Do you think either one of them have a case? Okay. But like I said, this sort of thing happens to Black creatives more than you could ever possibly imagine. We're tired of having corporations make money off of our ideas, our identities, while we struggle as freelance artists and just hungry creatives on the ground, just trying to get something going. So it is very much predatory behavior. And it is something that needs to be addressed more often. So I will keep digging to see how this case progresses. If T.I. and Tiny make any, any progress with this situation, and if there are any other people that have issues with this company, it'll be interesting to follow. I'm actually quite interested to see. It's nothing worse than seeing hints of somebody like biting off of your style, like a little bit, but to see somebody literally like recreate you in doll form or whatever form, it's actually kind of eerie. It's eerie. It's rude. There's so many emotions mixed up into seeing somebody personify you without your consent, and then to be making money off of it, and then you not even my race, like you culture vulture, like you, no. And tragically, hey Libratude, I returned your email. Yeah. I returned your email. Thank you so much for reaching out. I appreciate that. But tragically, there are likely countless untold stories like Miss Mukialo, I believe that's how you say her name. There are countless stories like those that have yet come to light. So I definitely wanted to come on and I wanted to talk about that. What time is it? It's 12:09. I think we might actually have time for an after show this evening. She has a YouTube that goes back 6 years. I might have to do my research. I would be really honored to have her come onto the show. I really would, just to see what her creative journey is like, and if she had any progress, or how things went with her trying to, get some justice for what the LOL OMG doll company did to her. That would be really interesting. So I think that we might have time for an after show. I didn't want this show to be too long. Y'all make sure you keep it sticky and real. If you haven't already, hit thumbs up on the video. I don't know what you're waiting for, but you need to pay your fare. I'm going to kick you off the bus. Somebody left a $10 bill on the bus the other night. Thank you. I used that when I went on lunch. And had me a pit ham sandwich from the pit beef stand. It was banging. So yeah, one of y'all had dropped the $10 bill, and I appreciate y'all for doing that. So it's time for y'all to start gathering y'all belongings on the bus. I'm not putting you off yet. We like 3 stops away from the end of the line. For all my channel members, we will be having an after show where we'll sit back and we'll kick it a little bit tonight and just talk about some like leftover topics and things that are going on. But what I'm going to do is what I always do. I want to give y'all the sticky notes, and I want to go ahead and get out of here. Okay. Y'all almost didn't get this show because I was a little tired. I was about to take a nap, but I knew if I took a nap, y'all wasn't going to get a show at all. So I said, you know what, let me get up and let them know what I done found and how I can attach something to T.I. since I've been on his bumper lately. But I kind of had to be a little fair when I told y'all about what the comedy show was like when I went to go see T.I. in person on Saturday. So let's get into this commercial, which is just a dedication and a special thank you to all of my channel members. So if you're not a channel member, do me a favor while this commercial was playing, throw up them pancake emojis. If you are a channel member, make sure you throw up them special emojis. We'll be right back.
The plainest Jane. This is one of my favorite comments here. She says, I loves me some black, and she said, loves me some black news. She says, is it just me, or does anyone else get tired of seeing people that don't look like them delivering info about them day in and day out?
So wait a minute, you ain't joined the channel yet so that you can access special perks over here with the plainest Jane?
Rolex on your wrist, a plain Jane.
Ooh, watch this. Hey, I'm the plainest Jane. I'm a cultural commentator and informant, and I provide sticky coverage on trending stories, black news, black culture, and everyday topics with a sticky, abstract perspective. So get familiar with the perks. I've carefully curated all of these things, and it's just a little exclusive glaze to amplify the way that you express yourself. So get comfortable, get used to our official emoji over here. That is the pancake stack, because it's always sticky in Hollywood and in real life, and especially when you spending time over here with the Plainest Jane. Like I said, I hope you enjoy the exclusive glaze that I've provided for you to amplify the way you express yourself, and I hope you enjoy the digital vibe. Hey, listen, I always want you to keep it sticky, but be sure to think critically and independently, regardless of what you hear from me or anybody else. But most importantly, I hope that you're feeling all right, and hopefully you've had some time to tackle some of your invisible problems. I know I got a couple of new subscribers, and I just want to say thank y'all. I really do appreciate you. And if you're not quite feeling all right, this channel right here, once you join, it's going to help you kick back and decompress always, but it'll also keep you in the know with what's happening with the best Black news, celebrity entertainment, and a splash of controversy. So again, get comfortable. The first drink is on me, all right? Act like you got some sense, and I'll see you around. But don't forget to keep it sticky 24/7 by following me on Instagram, but hit that notification bell so that you always know when I upload and you get your dose of syrup first. Now, with all that stickiness being said, the most important thing I want you to remember about this neck of the woods and the Plainest Jane is Black Lives Matter. And if you don't agree,
Buy pumpkin. That would take you out. I don't play that shit.
Now you gotta go for real.
it's just that simple. Hey, look, whether you join or not, I do want you to stay beautiful, Black, and blessed. And just know I appreciate your support. I'm your girl, the Plainest Jane. And let's see what's happening in these virtual streets. You ready? All right, now. This could be a crazy ride. I'm warning you now. And we are back. Thank you all so much for sticking around and for showing me all of the love with all of the pancakes. Oh, Lord, we got Viola Davis back on the screen, child. It was given why did they let her fuck it up? Why? That's what it was given. I don't know why they let her do that. Oh, my God. Oh, but I hope that y'all have been having a good day. What have y'all been watching on TV? Because I'm not like watching cable like that. I cut the cord a while ago. But I think I might be about to get into Albert Elementary. Nonetheless, I want to get into the sticky note. Those of y'all who are familiar with my channel and how your girl, the Plainest Jane, roll, y'all know the sticky note is really just the most important thing of the day that I want to leave you with. So let's get into it. The following video is broadcasting live, and thank you for being my studio audience. Thank you for hitting thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for more Black news, celebrity entertainment, and a splash of controversy. And today's sticky note is this. Listen, self-care requires diligence and maintenance. It does. It's mandatory. It's not optional. If you're not diligent, if you're not doing maintenance to your body, your spirit, your aura, then self-care is really just going to fall through. And it's so important to make sure that your boundaries are intact and that you don't allow anyone to shame you for reinforcing protective measures. Boundaries keep negative and disruptive energy out. And a lot of times we don't think like, hey, let me set down some boundaries today. Or a lot of times subconsciously, we are persuaded into not pursuing or just staying firm on our boundaries because people start acting a little funny when you put down a boundary, and you may not realize it in real time. And that's why reflecting at the end of the day, at the end of the week is so important, because some people will really flip out when you lay a certain boundary down. You may have allowed someone to talk your head off every day for an hour, and you can't afford that time anymore. You realize there are a couple of things you could have gotten done with those couple of pockets of 15 minutes. Maybe you only need to give that person 15 or 30 minutes or 20 minutes to chop it up. And then you got to stop. You got to lay that boundary down. It's not me trying to be mean. It's that I need this time for me too, whether it be time that I use to meditate, whether it be time that I use to run some errands, whether it be time that I use to strategize how I'm going to make sure I can master and hit all my marks for the rest of the day or the rest of this week. But time is important, especially when you're dealing with burnout. You may not be getting as much sleep as you need to get. Like, time is important. And sometimes when you put down boundaries, you're like, oh, I got to go, or oh, I can't hang out, or oh, I can't do this week, or oh, I can't overcommit to this. And a lot of times when you're trying to make a change, when you realize you're pouring from an empty cup, when you realize you're giving energy and time and things to people, when you're feeling empty in the end, or it's not conducive to you, but it's conducive to them, and you got to put you first. You got to make some changes in order to treat yourself better. Sometimes when you lay down those boundaries, people start acting funny. They'll start flipping on you. Oh, how come? Oh, you can't. Listen, I might not be that friend that can talk to you every day. Hell, I might not even be that friend that can talk to you every week. And as we get older, when you hit the big 3-0, things change. I was talking about that on Twitter earlier today. You get a little bit older and your definition of how you show up in friendships, it changes. In high school, you would talk to your friend every goddamn day. And as you get older and you develop a family and things like that, like things change. So whether it's giving people your time, your energy, your money, even reading messages. If somebody always comes to your inbox and every time you open that text or you open that DM, it's a sob story that's going to drain you. It's my life is spiraling out of control every day and it drains you to read it. Some days you might need to go 2 days without opening that DM or without opening that message because you're about to be like, why do they keep coming to me for advice that they don't take? Then I got to listen. Then I got to calm them down. Then I got to do this. Me, I'm a passionate person. I'm an emotional person. And I had to realize there are some people that only show up to really emotionally dump on me like that. And I can't make myself available and read a DM every day from a source that's not really, it's not conducive. It's not that I'm not willing to listen. It's not that I'm not willing to offer, encouraging words. But when it's a pattern and you're not even taking the advice or the encouragement, you're stuck in this rut because you're willfully not wanting to pull yourself out of this. I can't make myself available for it because I got to put me first, Lucius. I got to put me first. You know what I mean? So setting down those boundaries to reel it back into the sticky note, keeping those boundaries intact, reinforcing your protective measures are the things that are going to make sure that you aren't pouring from an empty cup and that you are okay first. If you can't recall the last time you reinforced your boundaries, imagine what you've allowed to seep in. Imagine what you've allowed to seep in if you haven't went and made sure that it's airtight. You haven't checked on your boundaries in a while, then it is kind of like it's this gap that slowly opens subconsciously and you don't realize what distractions, what disruptive energies are coming in to knock you off balance. I talk a lot about focus a lot because that's something that I need and something that I require. And with me having a high processing, the speed of my brain and my speech and my thoughts just move so goddamn fast. It's so easy for me to become distracted, even with people, things, and variables that I really hold dear, that I really appreciate, that I really enjoy. So reinforcing your boundaries is so goddamn important. It keeps your negative and disruptive energy out, and just make sure that you are diligent with that maintenance. Okay? Now, if that sticky note resonated with you, be sure to comment down below. I'm doing me, so I know it's real. And yeah, that is today's show. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for your time and your energy. Y'all know I don't take any of what y'all do for me on this channel for granted. I know, Child of God, Sunstar, Famecom Network. I know a lot of you all share my videos on Twitter, and listen, each and every one of y'all that share my video on Twitter, and even for the shares that I don't know about on, text message, on Facebook, videos do really good on Facebook as well. I appreciate all of you. It means a lot. You hit thumbs up on the video. I appreciate all of you a lot. If you go back and you look at some of my shorter videos, just to watch it a second or a third time, just for support and help me get my numbers up, I appreciate that. I don't shout out the people who send me cash apps because you can accidentally dox people if you read it out loud, but I do get cash apps in between streams and sometimes during streams. I appreciate those, and I always respond back with the heart. You join in a membership, which means you're donating a little bit, monetarily to support the channel. I appreciate that. Cash apps, listen, any way that you show love, even if you're watching on your TV and you don't know how to hit the thumbs up button from your damn TV, the fact that you are watching and under the sound of my voice, just know I appreciate it. Okay. I appreciate each and every bit of it. If you follow me on Twitter and you laugh at, whatever's going on and you're retweeting when I'm sharing my videos, I appreciate that as well. But listen, I'm glad that the sticky note meant something to y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Look, let me know your thoughts on all the things that we discussed today. Do you think that T.I.'s wife, Tiny, the OMG Girlz, do you think that they have a case with regards to the likeness that we see, the undeniable similarities and resemblance in the dolls and the demeanor of the OMG Girlz? How do you feel about the other case that was connected to the owner of the LOL OMG Doll Girls franchise? And then how do you feel about Viola Davis and her and her performance in the First Lady film. Do you think that she did a little bit much? Do you think that her being dragged is something that is warranted? And it's nothing malicious. It really is a lot of criticism. There's a lot of shock within Viola Davis trending for this, not so positive reason, but there's just a lot of shock because a lot of people are like, yo, she's so talented. She's a great actor. One bad role don't make you a bad actor. And this just wasn't her best work. It wasn't her best work at all. And so, it's only up when you go down like that because it just wasn't a good performance. But nonetheless, look, happy Tuesday going into Wednesday. It's hump day. The week is halfway over. Okay. Don't forget to check in on yourself, find some peace, do some things to grant yourself release, and don't forget to subscribe. All right. Make sure you thumbs up and tap on the notification bell if you haven't already so that you aren't missing any of the uploads, the exclusives, the breaking Black news and celebrity updates that I deliver you over here. You definitely don't want to miss out. I want y'all to drop one of them pancake emojis and y'all say beautiful Black and Black.